What up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Nikki and Brie Show. What up, Brie?
What up, Nikki?
Okay, so we're going to start things off a little different. It's going to be a little old school, but I got some stuff I got to just get off my chest real quick so then I could get into like some good vibes. So
I love it.
Can you hit me with that Kill a Rumor song?
You know I can. It's been a minute, but here we go. You know what we like to do on the Nikki and Brie Show. When there's stuff out there about us that is false, what do we do on here? We kill a rumor. Sorry, everyone, if you just spilled your coffee or gave yourself earmuffs.
Yeah, that certainly will wake you up in the morning. Okay.
It got everyone's attention to hear.
That's right. So there's a major headline going on. Or going around about me that I just really want to kill. I don't want to get super deep into it. And you know that could be a part of the issue during my entire divorce, the incident that happened, because I haven't gotten really into it. It's given people opportunity to
make up lies,
have their own perception on what's happened. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I know the truth. I lived it. I'm here and I'm happy. So that's what has kept me strong. But I need to educate the ones that aren't educated on a certain topic.
Which is a lot.
And by the way, I don't blame people because one thing I've realized there's a lot of topics in life that I'm not educated on because I haven't been through it. And we have to remember that the internet, there's a lot of people that have never been in love, have never been married, have never been divorced, have never had kids, have never been through stuff you have. And so we will all have opinions, but we don't know it till we've gone through it, right? So let me tell you about divorce. So obviously TMZ put out and then everyone else has picked it up and everyone's had opinions about Artemized divorce settlement. It's everywhere. It is mind-blowing to me that our government allows all this stuff to be public, but that's, the way the world is and it's okay and we're here. The divorce has nothing to do with what happened, the incident, any of that. Divorce is divorce. Divorce has to deal with the paper, the contract you signed during marriage, the day of marriage, at the court before marriage, whatever. So our settlement is what everyone saw. Yes, I had to give him $200,000.
That's what happens when you're the breadwinner.
The breadwinner. And also, there's a lot of different things that happen to make that number. I got a steal, I'm not going to lie, which is crazy to say. And, the one thing is our judge, we did private mediation, said at the end of it, this is the first time in all the years I've done this where a woman had to pay a man. And the judge said, you should be so damn proud that you built such an empire that someone wants a piece of it. Now, let me tell you the learning lesson. If you ever get married again, promise me you will make them sign a prenup. And I was like, I promise. They go, hard lesson to learn today because of the money you're going to have to pay out, but be damn proud of yourself. Yeah. And it was nice to hear that. And I was, even though it hurts because I broke my neck for that money. That money, all that is my hard-earned money.
Right. And can I just say a side note just on the prenup thing? I told Nicole many times, he needs to sign it. He needs to sign it. Please annul. Please annul. Everyone, I don't care. Everyone knows I'm the bad guy. And you believed in such a fairy tale and you're like, you let it go because you loved him. So I will say that, like, because people always try to make the worst of evils and the villains, and it's just so crazy. Mm-hmm. When, just coming from a sister point, a lot of you who listen, you guys have best friends, sisters, family members, and, there's us who, like, are the audience watching and being like, do this, come on, please. Mm-hmm. And the other one, people easily get lost in love. So it's kind of how, like, when I see all the comments and all that, I'm like, you don't even know where this all actually stemmed from when you're looking at the settlement.
I know. Well,
it kills me.
Well, here's another kill rumor. They're all like, oh, so he got the money because she lost. Like, no. Child support. If you are the breadwinner, if you make more money, it is literally a state calculator. They put in the incomes and they go, boom, this one makes more money. This is what you owe per month. At any point, by the way, till Matteo's 18, we'll always have to go. We can always go back to court or not. And this is anyone in a relationship, and you'll have to do the calculators again. And child support changes. And so, because sometimes people start to do better, or they do worse, and blah, blah, blah. It's strictly having a kid in a marriage. That's all it is. So everyone with all these stories, winners, losers, this and that. Like, you just have to educate yourself on things. And that's what I've realized about the internet. And I try to give so much grace because I'm like, they haven't been divorced, or they haven't been married, or they don't have a friend who's been through a divorce. All of it's strictly divorce. And believe me, I did great in it because they wanted to settle. I was going to trial.
They wanted to settle really bad.
Well, okay, Brie, remember when I said, can keep this light? And the one thing I will say, Artem and I right now are in a great place. We are co-parenting so amazing, and it makes Matteo's life so amazing. And I don't want it any other way. That's why when all of this came up, it sucks because things in Matteo's world right now is so great because Artem and I are so on the same page, and I want that. Oh, also what was in there? Yeah, I do pay for everything, Matteo. I mean, that got released.
You pay for it.
And then when they said we share, I'm like, wait, no, I pay for dance and t-ball. But look, I work my ass off because I want to give my son the world. I want to give him the best tools for education. I want to be able to provide the best health care that I can for him. Those are like the two top things that I will pay whatever. I will work night shifts to add on to whatever I have to do to make sure my son has the best. That's what I want to do in life. He's my number one. I want him to have good food. I want all those things. And so I work my ass off for it. And I want him to be in activities like dance and t-ball and swim class. And so, yes, pay for all that, you know, and I work really, really hard. And, you know, the child support doesn't bother me because I want Matteo to make sure his life in the other house is equal. And that is the one thing too. Everyone will bitch and complain. Oh my gosh, this is about child support. When you're in the courtroom, child support is so the child could have an equal life in both homes. That's where it comes from. And so it is hard, and you're like, oh, it hurts, but it's so maybe the other parent can get a better place for rent. So then your child support goes to that, right? Or they can eat the same organic food or so right. For me, it doesn't, I don't even think twice about it because I'm like, that is making sure Matteo's also 50-50. Half of his other time is a good life.
Right.
You know, but where I have a hard time and I was like, I'm going to kill this shit. It's just how everyone's making it like, I'm guilty. I lost. I was a liar. I haven't lied about one thing, and I'm going to just make that clear. I have not lied about one thing. The cops never asked me for autographs or photographs. I have been so damn honest from day one, and that's why when everyone says she's glowing, she's so happy because I've lived in my truth. You guys, I know how to take accountability. I know what it's like not to be perfect. I'm not a perfect person, but if something like that, if it was opposite, I would have taken accountability. I would have said, I fuck up. I need help. But that was not me that day.
It wasn't.
And so when I see people write these, like, all these like things because I'm a pro wrestler, that's not fair. And because I'm a strong, independent woman, that's not fair.
People, you know, it kills me because too with pro wrestling, it's like 1 minute, so many of the haters want to say it's fake. And then the next minute they want to use it against you. And it's like, make up your mind, haters. It's like so crazy to me. And another thing, I've seen it a lot. I will say this in the last couple of years in the media. People try really hard to drag strong women.
No, they really do.
I'm not a man hater. I'm married to a wonderful man, and I love men, and I support men.
I love men too.
But but like sometimes I'm like, we can't be mad because we're on the up right now.
Well, you
can't be mad because women are on the up.
Okay, I mean, I do my Carrie sessions. I do therapy twice a month, and when things bother me, Carrie will go, well, let's figure out that trigger. Look in the mirror and look within. Why does it bother you? And when I go, like when I dig deep, I go, oh, because I feel that way. That is what I've realized the internet is.
And it's this too. Our country is overtired. We all work really hard.
Yeah.
We're over binging. We're scrolling too late. Mm-hmm. We're definitely in a time of our lives where like we're very overstimulated and we're all trying to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah. But with overstimulation, like we see with our young kids, what comes with that? A little grumpiness, a little lashing out, a little getting at each other. But it's our duty as adults to step in and help them out, you know, navigate it, have them go to bed on time. Like, you know, we schedule them. So we need to start to schedule ourselves. And part of that scheduling is educating yourself before you get all these courageous fingers and then go to town.
Well, and you guys have to understand, and this is what helps me get through it, even though I get fired up. And I've been fired up this morning. I've just been really bothered.
I've been fired up for 2 days.
But so it's so many of the people, like when I was looking at profiles, they're like 14, 13. You know, and then you have other ones that are not, but like some people who have never said I love you to someone, who don't even know the feeling of love, who don't even know the feeling of giving birth to a child and having like your life change with that. Like, so then I try to think like, okay, these people just haven't been through what I've been in. Like, I've been there, by the way. I used to think when someone wanted me to sign a prenup, like I took it as like, do they not love me as much? Do they think like, and then now that I've experienced it and now I've learned and educated myself on it, now I get it. I will never, if I ever marry, which I doubt I will, but if I do, I'm not going to be, the never say nevers, or never, I'll be the, never say never. Prenup, no matter what, doesn't take my love away. It's just because what I've been through. I'm not going to go through what I just went through.
Now we see what Goldie Hawn was on to.
No, honestly, it's really, really hard. And, you just realize there's so much control you don't have. You're sitting there in mediation and, when you've built companies and you built an incredible savings and all these things, 401k, all of it, and you're just, a person wants a piece of everything. And you're sitting there fighting for your hard work. It's hard. But I put myself in that position, but I just never thought I'd ever be in that position.
Right. And I think what was hard for you is you look at your sister, like I'm in a marriage, 11 years. Brian and I don't have a prenup. I mean, when we got married, like, I don't want to say we were young kids. I was 30, but at the same time, we were on a little bit of the up of our careers, and it just wasn't a thing to us. It was like nothing we were educated on.
Yeah.
And we just thought like this is forever. So,
Totally.
Now also if ever anything ever happened, I know we both wouldn't go in on each other. I think it would be done respectfully. But so I think sometimes people get very blindsided in divorces too.
Well, the saying, divorce brings out the worst in people. It is crazy what divorce does.
Sad.
It's very sad. But also I am not saying I don't want hate towards Artem. We're in a good place right now. I hope we stay in that great place for Matteo because it makes Matteo so happy.
Which is the most important thing.
It's the most important thing. It's what he deserves. It makes me happy. And anyone who's a co-parent here, and I talked to some people about this, and this is why it's so important if you're a divorce, like you're divorced or a co-parent, to find those support groups because you need people to talk to who understand you. But everyone will say, gosh, when co-parenting, when the parents are on the same side, it's so light and easy. When you're going at it with each other, it's so heavy because it deals with your child. So I want it to stay light and easy. It's nice when Artem and I are on the same page. And my last thing that I'm going to kill. I did not confirm the Evolution pay-per-view. The thing that I was saying that I'm going to be a part of in July, I just need to kill this because I see it everywhere.
And it bothers her because
I'm in a movie and I can't announce it yet, but it's a movie that I'm in July. Yeah. I didn't want to say the movie part, but now I feel like I have to say it because everyone thinks I'm confirming Evolution when
Come on, Marks.
All right, Brie. Look at her. She is on one. But anyways.
But yeah, that's good that you got that because that's been bothering you.
That's been bothering me. I'm like, it's a movie I'm in, which I'm excited for everyone to see because the character,
I can't wait.
Great character. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun to play and I can't wait to talk about it. And so, yeah. Okay. We're done killing rumors.
But do you feel good?
I feel so much better and lighter. Great. And this is a very good example of getting things off your chest. And all morning when I was getting ready, I was thinking about like, I always want to take the high road and be silent and all that. But then all of a sudden I'll go on like Kristen Cavallari's live show and have some tequila and be like, he needs to sign a prenup. Or I get into other things and I give a little bit of tea and I'm like, I'm just going to give it on my show. Sober. Right. Morning.
Well, and I think too, we're taught, our generation's taught, like taking the high road means to be quiet, like to silence yourself in a way. And then you realize in today's world, it's like actually sometimes, I think it's important to use your voice in a world.
Well, that of course.
In a world where that's all we do now.
But like things like this create headlines, and they're going to take what I just talked about, a little piece of it, and then it'll be clickbait. And a majority of people won't even read the article and hear like Artem and I are on a great, like on the same page right now. Instead, it'll just say something else.
But you still got to say what was on your chest.
No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? And for the people who don't want to see that,
Yes. Well, Brie,
what?
It feels like victory for me. And there's some other things we need to talk about celebrating.
Like what?
Well, I think a headline that I did like, I know. We got nominated for Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award, you guys, for Best Podcast of 2025.
And I feel like we should thank our listeners.
I mean, beyond thank our listeners, thank the Bella Army. This is incredible, which we suck at posting. And right now it's going to be the Bella Army versus the Swifties, Brie.
Oh my gosh, we got to kick the Swifties' ass.
I don't think we can, but we could put up a good fight.
Okay, we're going to do it. No, I'm so excited actually for this award. And as of now, if with scheduling and all that, but Birdie's going to be walking the red carpet with us.
Yeah, that'll be so
fun. It'll be her first little red carpet appearance, because I'm like, we're kids at heart, but I'm like, I got to bring the kid.
Oh, you got to bring the kid.
Because she'll love it. But
she'll be obsessed.
I'm really excited for this. And I feel like too, when it comes to the podcast world, it's a hard place to make your mark. And so it feels really good to be acknowledged. Even if we don't win, it's so cool to be nominated.
I agree. Oh my gosh, big time.
I know. And
and the names we're amongst, like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It just shows the impact. It's like, high five, sis.
High five. Oh my gosh. So keep voting. Keep voting.
I'm not going to lie. Look at this, that I meant to send it to you, this video I made, because when you Google all the headlines right now, it says The Rock, the Bella Twins, and more nominated for, The Rock, Bella Twins, more, and several other celebrities nominated Kids' Choice Awards. Do you see all those?
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I mean,
what's The Rock nominated for?
Best Actor, I believe.
Oh, amazing.
But yeah, so I was like, when you see your headlines amongst those, you're, give yourself a little pat on the back.
Exactly. What a win. And I feel like, we were talking about this earlier is, sometimes we used to always be bad at celebrating our wins. And I feel like we're starting to get better. But like for you who woke up this morning, not feeling great, felt a little heavy and you're just like, but to be able to turn it and recognize your win and give that more energy than the negative,
right,
is such, I feel like it's such a big thing for you and I, because we usually weren't like that.
No.
And it shows how much growth and how far we've come. And so I think it's important for people listening, like at any age you can start, but you really got to work on it, but to really look at your wins in life. Because I feel like the little wins, especially like when your kid hugs you and looks up at you and says, I love you. Or when you see them eat your food and they're like, this is so good. Those are big, like those to me are big wins.
Yeah.
But then when you're nominated and for a big award, it's
huge. It's like, feels like an achievement. Well, it is an achievement just to be nominated. I agree. It's what it is, and we all love this. We all can admit it, but it's so nice to be recognized for your hard work. I'm really big on that. I love to be recognized, and I don't even mean publicly. Like I was the same way, soccer, track, whatever sport. I want to be recognized by my coach. Like, hey, that was a great game. And these are things you did right. Or, in anything I do, I really I need that. It fuels me. It helps me become better. You and I have always been amazing with constructive criticism, because I think being athletes, we just know that helps us do better, practice more, do better. But it's so true, because I just think of I feel at times I need to celebrate my wins more. I feel like I feel like
we've been doing good,
but we've been doing better. This one we really got to celebrate, because this just felt, it was so unexpected, and we were just it felt amazing. It was I
know at first we thought it was fake, cause you never know with AI what people do.
Yeah. And
we really had to search and be like, okay, this is real, right?
Yeah.
And so, but Nicole, I have to ask you, if a listener said, okay, I got this bonus at work, how should I celebrate? What would you tell them?
I mean, like a good old happy hour. But I guess it depends on the person. The person might not drink, and that might not be fun.
Okay, maybe so if they drink, go to happy hour.
Yeah, group text.
They don't drink, what would you do?
I think you need to do something special for yourself. Buy yourself flowers. Maybe get yourself a little gift. Take yourself to dinner. even it's by yourself or have a dinner with friends and fam. But you need to do something that feels like a celebration. What would you do?
So for me, sometimes I feel like a memento or something, like depending how big it is, to have something that I could remember. So every time I look at it, I'd be like, I remember that accomplishment. Yeah. And it kind of keeps me fired up and going. And then I guess if it was something like Kids Choice Awards, like, for me, it's going to be like us two and Birdie at there. And then after, like, going to dinner, doing something fun. Yeah. Like that. So I always, if I'm around people, like I definitely, dinner, drinks, always good to celebrate. Yeah. But then too, if it's something really big, I definitely am like, okay, like I'm trying to look around in my office right now. I definitely have like little things I've gotten that remind me of any big moments.
That's great.
Yeah. I think it's important.
What do you think? What was mine always, which still is?
Buying a purse or something?
The purse, anytime I made the video game for WWE, I'd always buy a nice purse. Yeah. And then, no. I would pop a bottle of Opus.
Oh, yeah.
It was always Opus 1. There's something about that glass that I just feel like, whoa.
You're celebrating.
Achieved. There's a lot in that glass that makes me feel those things.
So maybe we do Opus 1 for Kids' Choice. And then if we're nominated for an Emmy, we'll do Screaming Eagle.
Oh, I like that.
Or maybe we jump to Promontory, then Screaming Eagle.
Yeah, I would actually stop at Promontory. I think Promontory has become one of my favorite reds.
It's the best.
It's the best. That and Opus, they fight for the #1 spot. I think no one will ever take away Opus 1 from me. That's just iconic in my sensory world. Yeah. So, but Screaming Eagle's like, I don't know. I love it.
For the price, for the price,
for the price, I'd rather have Opus 1. Yeah. If I could pick any bottle for a night, I would want Opus 1 or Promontory over anything. Anything.
For sure.
And by the way, over Screaming Eagle, I would way rather have the Matriarch. Why can't I think of the Bond?
Yeah, Bond.
Bond is insane. If I'm paying that the price point,
the Matriarch with the Matriarch. Yeah, you're right.
I want Harlem Estate, Bond. I want that.
Yeah. There you go, girl.
You know what I mean?
Well, and it was interesting when you said buy yourself flowers, because you've done this. You've actually done really great buying yourself flowers for big moments. Yeah. And I feel like everyone needs to do that. I actually have never done that.
You've never done that?
I've never done that.
Why? I mean, I'm lucky. You grow them?
Well, and also I feel like, no, I feel like I've been blessed because Brian knows I'm so obsessed with flowers. So he's always getting me flowers, for special things. Yeah. But I want to do it one time and write myself a really sweet card. Yeah. And just kind of like see the feeling, because I've never done that.
You got to date yourself, even though you're in a marriage, Brie.
I do.
It's not cheating, I promise.
No, I wouldn't think it is. But I should do like a couple fun things. And also, you know what I feel like would be great too? One day, if you and I sat down and wrote out our huge accomplishments and like awards or big wins in life. I mean, even a big win is having, for me, 2 children, a boy and a girl. I felt like, oh shit, yeah.
You're such a mom. It's cute.
But I was like, that's a big win. Or by the way, what was a really big win? This past weekend, I threw Birdie her birthday party, and she wanted an under the sea theme. So, how to get Ariel the mermaid to show up, and I totally went crazy decorating our one front room. I wanted it to, like, when you walked in, you felt like you went under the sea, and I had like Caribbean music playing, and it was really funny because I didn't really know Ariel, and I didn't know where she like we didn't get pictures or anything. And I'm like, I really hope I didn't hire a stripper. Like, I'm like, if I see her walk in with a boombox and hit play. No, there was a part of me that was like really nervous, because that'd be very Brie to do, hire a stripper for my kid's birthday. But Birdie, I just could not stop watching her. Her smile, because she'll get in pictures at times. She just doesn't. She's like, Brian, I'm not going to give my smile away. Brian's educated her that taking pictures is stealing her soul. So she doesn't want to give me her soul. But I could not stop watching her, because she was smiling so big, and she has her cheeks. So to see her, to see her cheeks and her smile, I was just like, girl, I was like, just like, oh my gosh, she's having so much fun.
I love that.
And then it's cute because, for all you moms out there, it's like, a boy's birthday party. You're like 2 hours max, boom, boom. Girls, you extend it, right? So I had it from like noon to 3 p.m. But then they're all about to leave. And it's weird at this age. It's a lot of times like you drop your kid off and parents don't need to stay, right? Because, they're 8, 9. And Birdie's like, can they all stay longer? And I'm like, I guess, I have the decorations up. The food's still out. Like, why not? And so they stayed longer. So it made it a full day, which was fun, exhausting. But it was really cute. So finally, everyone leaves. I'm slowly taking everything down, and then we're all getting ready for bed. And I'm calling Birdie, and she was like, Mommy, that was the greatest birthday party ever. I'm so lucky to have you as my mom. Oh, and I was like,
huge win.
Huge win.
Yeah.
And she was just like snuggling me so tight. And I was just like, and Brian was cute. He's like, you always like do such a great job with her birthdays.
You do.
But I was like, and thank you, Pinterest, for inspiring me with all the underwater looks and things.
I love it. It was so cute.
But like that right there, over a Kids Choice Award, over like anything like that with your child, you're just like, you feel like you're winning in life.
Well, you want to help me win with Tay?
Yeah. You want me to do his birthday or what?
Well, he definitely wants a birthday party. And this morning he told me, he goes, did I turn 5 this morning? I go, no, July 31st. He goes, well, I prefer to be 6 or 10. I go, well, that's not going to happen. I go, let's not even talk about you being 10 because then that means Mom will be 47. He goes, whoa. And I go, yeah, so let's not get there. But he is obsessed with Shakira. I was literally talking to Carly. He's outside playing. I have the door open. And I'm telling Carly how, oh my gosh, Shakira's coming to San Francisco I think it's Monday, June 30th. And I'm like, oh. He walks in and he goes, hey. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, Shakira's coming to San Francisco. And Carly was even like, we're like, how did he hear? And I go, well, yeah, end of June. He goes, please, can I go? And I'm like, oh my goodness, Brie, I can't even begin to tell you about his obsession with Shakira. And he will only listen to her Spanish music. If you play her in English, he will be like, no. He wants to watch her music videos. He wants to see photos of her. He is obsessed.
When's she coming?
So she comes, San Diego show sold out because I was like, I don't want to do Monday. But Vegas is the Saturday and she's doing stadium shows. Have you been seeing it?
Yeah, but what day?
She comes Monday, June 30th to San Francisco. She's playing at the Giants Stadium. And then, but right the Saturday before, she's at the Vegas Stadium.
Did you see what Taja did?
No.
Because she loves Shakira. So Shakira had her as one. You know how like the people are in their hoodies and the silver coming out with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was one of them because she just wanted to experience it. So Shakira, if you would like Nikki and Brie,
we've been obsessed with you since middle school,
to walk out with you. We'll wear the silver get up. We'll be hiding and we'll run on.
I'll never forget my first CD from her. I think it was Scooter, one of the guys. And we were doing a car wash at PV Mall. And no, it was not Ronnie.
I don't know.
Not Bajorquez.
Adrian.
I think it was Adrian, actually. So we're doing PV Mall, and one of them brought me it, her purple CD. I can't even think. And I listened to that like forever, and I was like so happy. And so, but like
hips don't lie. Forever will remind me.
Did you watch Fallon last week?
No, did she? I mean, it's incredible how she moves.
Brie, no, the 20th anniversary. I already pre-ordered my records.
Oh gosh, I need to.
And Wyclef Jean came on stage. They redid Hips Don't Lie. She redid the whole dance. They brought up. How have you not seen this?
Girl, I mean,
everyone was like freaking out because she looks the same and how she was moving, and it's been iconic, but she's been doing these stadium shows throughout the US and is like crushing it. Or no, she's actually she's in Brazil right now or somewhere. But
I haven't watched a lot of things.
Oh,
okay. So
I swore I threw it in your reels because I go, doesn't this remind you? Because you guys, Hips Don't Lie, and Brie and I wanted it as our walkout song. That was the song we wanted for wrestling, and they were like, well, but when you think about it, it's so us, the Hips Don't Lie. So we did it for one bar show. Remember we came out.
But, oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember Bear was like are you going to play that like all the time? I'm like,
obsessed.
I don't know what it is, but it fires me.
It was the best. Oh, well, and make him speak Spanish or hips.
But what's the other one?
Whatever, wherever.
Yeah, I mean.
That reminds me so much of our days going to Mexico when we would play it nonstop, when we'd be in Rosarito or Puerto Vallarta, wherever we were at. Real quick, so help me with that win, because if Matteo can meet or see Shakira,
I mean, it would be a lot of
being
wins.
in the U.S. I mean, it'd be a lot of wins for
3 wins.
I would just love to see how he would be. Like, I mean, he went from obsessed with Rosie and now it's, I mean, Shakira like crazy. He can sing Waka Waka for you in Spanish. He knows it all.
I mean, I love it.
He loves it. And the fact that she sings about Africa, I mean, because you know him and his world flags.
Yeah.
How cute. So, you know, he's good with the world flags. They're doing it in school right now. And the teachers were telling me that Matteo helps when the kids get it wrong. He's been helping them.
Oh my
correcting
gosh.
It's not cute.
I love it.
I do have a question for you. Look, we're going to go off on our kids. I mean, there's so many wins in that life,
oh my
right?
gosh. I feel like I need to say a good
big
buddy story.
birthday party. So, but real quick, because I want to know some of this with you. What is a win that you're manifesting? If there is one. I know there's one for me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a couple. How about you go first?
So big on my vision board, I have an Emmy.
Yeah.
And I really, really want to be nominated. My first manifestation is to at least get a nomination for Best Host. The group is aggressive. It's a good group of people. And then one day to win it. And I remember for 2 years straight, my name was submitted because of Barmageddon, which I hope one day we all get to do that again. So that is stayed. Like that is like that for me would be like, oh my gosh, like being a Divas champion, Slammy Award winner, all of our other
WWE Hall of Famer,
everything else you and I have won, like from Best Athlete at Kids Choice. And you and I have won, like we got to sit back and we've won a lot of incredible awards. That is one to get Best Host as an Emmy. And look, I get it's aggressive. So I'm like, let's manifest the nomination.
But it's aggressive, but it's also,
you're like going up against Fallon.
No, but how great it's doable.
It's doable.
Which is such a beautiful
My
place.
name's been submitted. I've been submitted.
It's a beautiful place to be in. I mean, we were submitted for something too for the other Emmy, not the main Emmy. What was the other one that we went and presented at?
Well,
or it was talked about.
The creative arts.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a great one. See, for me, I look more, I guess, at like my green side. Like I feel like,
but we're talking award show, right? Let's give me first the award.
Yeah. I
see. Like you get like a Nobel Peace Prize or something.
No,
or
not
what is
a
it
Nobel. There's nothing I do in my life
not
could
Nobel.
put me in that category.
Not Nobel. What is it? It's Greenpeace Award. Do they have a Greenpeace Award?
No, but they do have the Green Oscars.
No,
they do. Brian and I were actually supposed to go 2 years in a row.
I remember
but
that.
It was very hard on his schedule. And we were there is different things. But I mean, you know, I have to be better about getting out there because, you know, not that I suck at social media, but I have, you know, it's not number one on my list to do in my days.
Yeah. In my days.
Yeah. But I feel like, you know, especially like earlier when we were talking about like how people spend so much time like just writing comments. I feel sometimes the same with the environment. I'm like, so we'll waste time to write these headlines on stuff like who cares? Like people really care what's going on in someone's divorce is mind-boggling to me. Doesn't anyone care that like we're having these crazy heat waves or the ice is melting at a very fast rate? Like in Antarctica, like there's a lot of things. Yes. I'm like, shouldn't we all be writing headlines about that and like really caring in the comments?
And how you just feel how hot the sun is on your skin, even on a day of like 78 degrees with the breeze. If there are no clouds, you're like, ouch.
You know, I don't know if I said this on the podcast. I'm sure I have, but you know, we were and I was in the tasting room and we had a scientist in there from NASA and she works on the sun. So her job every day is doing her thing with the sun. And a scientist is based on facts. So for her, it's just data.
I like
data.
Facts.
She can't put her opinion in. There's nowhere that says insert opinion. It's data. And I asked her, I go, is it frustrating to see so many opinions out there and not actual data and facts when people speak who have platforms or like putting things out? She was like, you have no idea as a scientist.
Yeah.
It's like, we always come at it. Like, this is the facts. I'm sorry.
Here it is.
And like, people are like, no. It's actually this.
That's what it's become so much. I feel like with healthcare where you have to be so careful on reels. Like I find myself, I'm like, wait, why am I saving these? I don't even know if this is like real or not. How everyone now like this saves this helps that, take this, take that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
or they're like, this
a doctor
is poisoned
now.
or this has chemical. And I'm like, it does?
This
like,
will kill you.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't wear that. It's so crazy.
Can we start
now.
having things like scientist approved?
I know.
I mean.
Well, that's why I always go on EWG.
Yeah. Well, this is my thing. So my goal is to get to a point. Actually, that's a really great. Yeah. My goal is to get to a point where you will see more of my activism with the
good girl. I'll go take a selfie while you're doing your thing.
I don't do that. But anyways, I did
using
see
your platform promoting.
Yeah, I did see like Jason Momoa was nominated by the National Geographic for what he does for the awareness of the oceans, and I was like, that to me,
that's an award you want.
Yes, and that has to feel really good because you're doing something for the environment, for the planet, for him, the ocean, that has no voice but provides us food.
Yeah,
provides us so many different things.
Well, you and Brian really need to go up to that group in San Francisco, especially when they had all those layoffs. And it was because sometimes I really love to put on the news in the morning. It just makes me feel like
you're getting educated.
Well, you guys, it's really weird. But when I have the news on and I'm doing my coffee, making my Americano and doing my things, I just feel accomplished.
Like, it makes you feel like you have your glasses on and
you're
reading a book.
I'm like, this is my home I own. This is my candles. There's just a thing that it puts in me.
Great.
Yeah, it makes me feel amazing. I look out my windows. I love my backyard. I love my views. Like it just puts me in an amazing place. But I was telling you when they were doing all those layoffs a few months ago, one of the ocean groups in San Francisco got really affected. And 3 women who are like some of, I guess, type of scientists that know how to track whales, help whales. There's something with it. And sorry, I don't know the name. But they have a lot of volunteers. But what that group in San Francisco does for this side of the ocean and whales is incredible. They are always looking for volunteers. Maybe you and Brian do something with them, and that's where you could start to get to that award.
Yeah. I'm already meeting with a group in a couple weeks to do more things, but definitely. I mean, the hard part is we have these young kids that are so busy. So it's like I always think I have this time, and then all of a sudden I start to get invited to all these things and I say yes, and then all of a sudden I'm like, sorry, now my kid has this, or like I have to go here or there. So, but slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But those are like that's like a big win in my life. That make me feel good.
By the way, so Brie and I have the biggest mama boys ever.
I mean, do you see these
We're
circles?
at the park. Okay, so the T-ball game Saturday. Matteo is in line getting ready to hit, and he looks over at me, and I see him do a double take. So I was like, oh, and he goes, where's Auntie Breezy? He was so worried that Auntie Breezy was in there. So Brie and I, one day after school, we have the boys at the park. Matteo, anytime he sees Auntie Breezy, he's all about Auntie Breezy. Like, loves me. So Buddy and Matteo at first were fighting over Auntie Breezy. And then, so at one point, we're sitting at the park, instead of them playing, Bree's holding Matteo, I'm holding Buddy.
just in cuddling. We're just cuddling.
We're just cuddling at the park. Just all 4 of us, just cuddling. I mean, I was just thinking and I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, Matteo now is like, no, you need to sleep on my side with me. So it's not even where he comes and finds me. He grabs my arm, makes me sleep with him. Yeah. But I was like, Brie, because I just see how Buddy is with you.
Every night he's been coming to my room, and the first thing he goes, Mama, because he wants to make sure I'm on my side.
By the way, he's been saying Mama so much, which is so, because usually it's Mommy, but because he's just Mama. Like,
that's Buddy always like, Mama? And he's like, and I'm always like, I'm right here, bud. And then I open up the thing, and he comes in, and I just cuddle him all night. But
I love it.
I literally was up for 3 hours. I could not go back to sleep.
Yeah.
It was tough on me.
I honestly feel like I'm not going to date till the day Matteo like ignores me. So I'm probably not going to date till he's like a teenager, which I don't think actually our boys will ever ignore us.
No.
But the love's so good. Like, I just love how he holds me and hugs me. You know what I really love too? Whether you're in your kitchen or you're out and about, and how they come from behind you and grab your leg.
The best.
Is that not just such a great feeling?
It's actually funny because one of the boys on the boys t-ball team goes to his mom and he's like, Mom, I feel so bad for Buddy. And she was like, why? And she's like, he has to share his mama with Matteo. And she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, she has to be the mom to both of them. And she's like, no, there's two different mommies. They're just twins. He had no idea we were twins.
Hilarious.
And I think because in the beginning of their t-ball season, we were both in and out. So they probably only saw one at a time.
Totally.
And is that not
That's
funny?
hilarious. Well, during the game on Saturday, because you weren't there, at one point I had Buddy sitting in my lap eating a protein bar. Like, we're
probably
cheering
so
him on.
confused.
He's making Brian wear his hat. They were probably so confused. It was just so cute. I just love going to t-ball games. And, I had my outfit. I matched. I loved it. And I love how much Matteo loves t-ball. I'm like, I think baseball might be his sport. He doesn't want to do dance class anymore, but he loves to dance. I mean, Brie, you see him do the twirls. It's in him.
For sure.
And I think Artem's been teaching him a lot on the side, but I'm like, I love that. But it is fun being out there, right, with the sports.
It's so fun.
I'm like, I could live at the fields and just cheer him on. And because their game, because I know you and Birdie were doing your birthday, he was playing against majority of his classmates.
Which is so cute.
So it was like double fun. Matteo was having the best time.
I love it.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I love too much fun. So
yeah. I mean, yesterday, slip and slide birthday party. I was like watching Bud because he's never slipped and slide before.
But he didn't tell me that.
And
he
it was
told
wild.
me.
Did he tell you he's done it before?
10 times.
No, he lied. He is not.
He goes, first it was with Emmy and Zach. And we did that a few times. And then, he told me this whole thing before that would have been at Sam's, right? Yeah, at Sam's. You walked to get some, how I was sitting there with him?
Yeah.
And he was telling me all about the slip and slide and then how he's done it 10 times. And he was telling me all the people he's done slip and slides with.
He's so funny.
Isn't he funny?
He really
it funny
is.
when they do that?
I know.
Well, Brie, you want to hit me with some inspiration affirmation?
I do.
I know you said you had a good quote for today.
I did have a good quote for today.
Because we could just go on and on about our kids.
I mean.
We just have so much fun every day. I just love it. We're so, one thing I do want to say though, because we had one of our friends' birthday parties. And I know before I've always talked about like, I'm not, what do you call it? Play date type person. And I'm so different now. Like, love play dates, but I have to say, like, we have such great moms here in Napa Valley. Like,
amazing moms,
amazing families, great kids. I'm just like, I was thinking about that this week and I'm like, we're so blessed. Like, just a great group of people. Like, talk about when your soul's calling you and you listen and then you're just like, whoa, get it.
Honestly.
Like, meant to be here.
Dang, we have a lot of celebrating to do. It feels like a lot of wins in our life right now.
I know.
Good for
What
us.
time is it? Too early to have a drink. Just kidding.
Where should we go get?
We're waiting. Yeah.
I
have a bottle.
Okay, everyone. So for today's inspiration and affirmation, this quote is by Stephen King. And I feel like it fits so well with everything we spoke about today.
I haven't heard him in a long time.
I know. Well, and
That
usually,
name.
like, when I saw this quote, I'm like, the author, Stephen King? I'm like thinking, like, is this the right one? But yeah, here we go. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. And why I thought it was so perfect for today's episode is because sometimes we sit there and we're like, I have 0 wins. Nothing I do ever happens right. It always ends poorly, or it never comes out on the side I want it to come out on, or whatever it may be. Or sometimes people think like whatever accomplishments they really want in life are very hard to get to. But no, you have to start. You gotta go. And let me tell you, maybe you'll win, maybe you won't, but you'll find some type of winning in it.
Right. And there's nothing like pushing yourself, going outside of your comfort zone. I know people say it all the time, but honestly, when you do it, you feel so achieved, you feel so accomplished, but you feel so proud of yourself. Like, Brie and I are back with the trainer and he has been pushing us on weight. Like, and
crazy.
The other day, even one of the sessions I wanted to throw up at the end, I was seeing green spots. I was like, fuck. But then the next session that Brie and I went up 5 pounds in my squat and I'm like, yes. And I like pushed myself so hard and I don't fear going in because I go, this might be an hour of hurt, but I know what I'm going to feel like after. It's when I do a cold plunge and I know that's all like fitness, physical stuff. But when I've done speaking events and I'm like, dang, but then you go do it and you're like, I love that. And there's just so many things that I feel like I've been pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. And it is crazy the feeling you get. It's a natural high, you know? And then it brings things in.
Right. And I'll say too, like, there's definitely been things I started, like, you know, whether it was, you know, let's just even say Nicole and Breezy, like starting something that maybe didn't have the outcome we wanted, but there was so many wins in it. Like there's a silver lining to everything. It was like, okay, it wasn't that we sold the company and got all this money, which, you know, never go into business wanting to do that because you always fail. But there was definitely like really positive things that came out of it that helped me as a businesswoman, made friendships, learned so much.
Yeah.
And so I think too, it's the older I've become, I've really looked at things that I thought I failed at. I'm like, no, actually I didn't. Actually, a lot of growth and a lot of positives ended up coming out of it.
Totally. I mean, you know, there's been people we've been talking to as of late and can't get over like hurt from their childhood. And I'm like, honestly, I've been through it. And what I believe is God put hurt in my path to grow from it, to learn from it, and then to teach others about it. Honestly, we didn't come here to life for the free ride. We came here to go through things, and then it's how we grow and learn from that. Then we teach others as the other ones come in. And that's what we leave on this earth.
Right.
And it has helped me go through so much trauma or pain of like, everything that keeps happening to me, all it does is makes me a stronger woman. And think of the feeling I get when I do women empowerment events. That is my path. That is my purpose. That is why I'm here. And those are what I believe what's happened to me in my past all the way through childhood. It's because everything was geared about women empowerment, stronger woman. Like when I grew from it, right? And so whether if it's someone being bullied, you know, it's like grow from that and then help the ones that are now being it. You know, that's how we have to look at those things. And then it makes your life so much lighter. But yeah, I like that quote, Brie. Well, go Stephen King.
You know,
he does like romance novels, right?
No, I think he does like thrillers, like scary. Someone always like dies or something
that's
always
right. Yeah.
happens.
I feel like I need to start getting into like romance novels.
Okay, so there's a couple that I want to get.
Okay, send me.
I will. Because I like Googled like top ones, but like have to make sure there's like sex scenes. Like I need it all. And there was a couple like ones that seemed like New York best time selling authors.
Okay. So. Bring it on.
All right, everyone.
I was just going to remind everyone that Bonita, if you're SoCal, so pretty much Los Angeles and down, hit up a Total Wine & More and get yourself some Bonita by Nikki and Brie Cabernet.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And also we have our sparkling rosé out. So if you want some really nice rosé bubbles, then you need to head to our website, bonitawine.com. And if you want to see videos of this episode, you can go to the Nikki and Brie Show IG page, TikTok, Facebook, and also we are on YouTube now. So you can see this episode on YouTube. And you can also see our show on SiriusXM Stars 109.
That is right. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and have a great rest of the week.